White guys, regular old white guys, are considered the scum of the earth. This is a public view now. There was a TikTok just went viral of an Asian woman explaining how much she doesn't like white people.
Hi there, you must be new to my account. I say white to remind people that white supremacy is everywhere. Because in order for true equality to happen, white supremacy has to be dismantled. And a lot of people are not even aware of their use of whiteness unless someone like me points it out by calling it white. In your case, you as a white woman telling an Asian woman how to speak on her account is a pretty white privileged mindset. Because I would have never thought to go to your account and say, hey, your face is really annoying. You should change your profile photo. I would never say that to you. Like, that would have never crossed my mind. Like, who am I to tell you that? And you should have awareness of your actions. You as a white woman telling me how to speak is tone policing. And that's a behavior that's very common among white women. You may have not intended that, but there are many white women who act exactly like you. So that's why I say white, to raise your awareness, because it's so ingrained in you, you may not realize it. And maybe next time when you're about to do the very same thing, my annoying white will ring in your ear and stop you. So you're welcome.
This is just a crazy woman, right? This is just a crazy fringe woman. Actually, this is the public opinion of the New York Times, the Washington Post, the whole establishment media, the universities, the entertainment culture, the government. White people are bad. What she's saying, white, she's making a sound as though she's pulling up phlegm to spit. That's why she's pronouncing it that way. As if to say white people they're worse than spit. They deserve to be spit upon. That is not just some angry, bigoted lady's opinion. That is what is being taught in schools. What's being taught in schools is that whiteness is intrinsically evil and needs to be abolished. There are calls to abolish whiteness in major newspapers and magazines. It's not just this crazy lady. In fact, rather than this crazy lady changing the culture to hate white people, I suspect it was the other direction. I suspect the culture, which constantly reinforces the idea that whiteness is bad and white people should be ashamed of themselves, and white privilege and whiteness, I guess, is something to be abolished. Very likely that cultural view, which long predates that woman, helped to form her views. This is the view on the admissions committees. This is the view in hiring practices. This is the view of the government, which is dedicating resources and energy toward dismantling whiteness and all the rest of it. This is your country. Do not write that crazy lady off. It's just like the Jeffree Star video. You think that we're living in the same culture that we've been living in your whole life, but that Overton window of acceptable political dialogue has moved so radically far to the left that now we're in the place where saying, hey, white people aren't the absolute devil, is a somewhat controversial opinion. I don't know that you're allowed to voice that at work, in the government, or in your schools. Speaking of white privilege, we turn our attention again to East Palestine, Ohio, where we are told the water is totally fine. The air is clean again. Even just a couple of weeks after this big, massive chemical smell, the water is totally safe to drink, except water utilities in Cincinnati and northern Kentucky have decided to shut down their water intake after the spill. This would be the Greater Cincinnati Water Works and Northern Kentucky Water District. They're just going to take some precautions. Why? Just in case? No, because they tested the water and they found low levels of chemicals from the toxic spill in some places at intakes along the waterway. And they're seeing reports of fish dying en masse in the local waterways. And they're seeing the East Palestine residents who are getting headaches, who are developing rashes because the town has been poisoned. So they're saying, well, look, we've got some low levels of these chemicals being found, so we're going to shut down the water intake. Well, they can't be that low if you're going to shut down the water intake at 2 of these utilities in 2 different states, that seems like a pretty big problem that everybody is trying to downplay. I am seeing news of this story reported in very, very few places. And the politicians are all trying to downplay it. Notice they won't go there. Joe Biden isn't going to East Palestine. There may eventually be enough political pressure that he has to go. You're not seeing Pete Buttigieg show up to East Palestine. You're not seeing the Ohio senator say that he will drink the water from East Palestine.
I want to ask you, would you drink the water in East Palestine? And do you think the officials there who are saying it's safe, they should drink the water too to show the residents that they would drink it?
Well, I think they are. I mean, I talked to the mayor. The mayor said definitively, emphatically that people can drink the water. The mayor's, I don't think the mayor has small kids. He looks a little older to me. I didn't ask him, but about bathing his kids, but he has said he would drink this water.
Right, but to show the residents who are so skeptical, do you think that they
Well,
should
I think he probably is. Yeah, I think he probably is. But I do think, though, as I said, when you hear all this stuff about stock buybacks and they're underinvesting, as you say, in rail safety, the tracks themselves and the cars.
Do you think these Democrat politicians who are saying the water's safe, do you think that, you guys should all drink the water? Well, yeah, I think they are. Well, hold on, sir. You are one of the politicians. You are the Democrat senator from Ohio. You're trying to convince everybody the water is safe. So would you drink the water? And would the local politicians, the mayor of East Palestine and all the rest, would they drink the water too? Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure they are. Bro, it's a very simple question. Will you drink the water? The answer is no. Obviously, Democrat Sherrod Brown is not going to take one sip of that water. Now, the other senator from Ohio, J.D. Vance, who's the Republican, he was asked this question, and he said, no, I wouldn't drink the water. I would drink bottled water, which fortunately for right now is still being given out for free in the community. But I would not drink the water because it's poisoned. Sherrod Brown doesn't want to admit that it's poisoned. No, I think they are. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else. I want to talk about, gun control or something. Anything other than talking about this major environmental disaster. It's amazing that the Democrats, they only ever want to talk about the environment. They only ever want to talk about climate. Everything is related to climate. COVID was caused by climate change. Food shortages caused by climate change. Migration caused by climate change. We've got to save the environment, except when there's a gigantic toxic chemical spill. And then move along, nothing to see here. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If the libs care about the environment, which they don't really. And if the libs care about small town America, which they don't. They hate small town America. So you want to talk about white privilege. I think the white population of East Palestine, Ohio is like 90% or something. So we'll write that off. That's those rural people, those hillbillies, fly over, bitter clinger, cling to their guns and religion. Let small town America die. That's what you're hearing. And you're hearing it from even the politicians. The rest of the show continues now. You do not want to miss it. You can go to dailywire.com/Knowles. Use code Knowles, Knowles at checkout for 2 months free on all annual plans. We'll see you over there.